Hi, I'm Philippe Tifo, Sales Director at VoIP.ms. This is the part 2 of a tutorial series about our reseller white label portal. These tutorials are presented in 3 parts covering different topics. Part 1, who is VoIP.ms, a quick tour of the administration portal, and what you need to know before getting started. Part 2, this video, will cover the basic reseller configuration, rates and package management, and client's account management. For the last video, part 3, we will cover the reporting tool, the client interface, the feature management, and a couple of tips and tricks. Watching the previous video before this one is not mandatory, but it's highly recommended. Before getting in the thick of it, here's a brief presentation of VoIP.ms. VoIP.ms is a Canadian-based company founded in 2007 with a team of more than 50 employees spread across Terrebonne, Quebec, New York, and Merida, Mexico. Additionally, you can transfer your customer, local, and toll-free DID across Canada and USA for free. All that without having to sign a heavy contract. VoIP.ms is proud to be the most feature-rich VoIP provider with a fully cloud-hosted platform, a bring-your-own-device philosophy, and a pay-as-you-go services. On top of our well-known Wiki, VoIP.ms support team is there to help you in French, English, or Spanish 24/7 by chat, tickets, and email. Since VoIP.ms has a bring-your-own-device philosophy, we perform several interrupts with the best VoIP device manufacturer and PBX and soft phone developer of the industry. Speaking of devices, you can choose among 50 servers strategically located across the globe to connect your preferred device and get the optimal latency and audio quality. Our white label reseller portal is tailored for MSP, IT consultant, and telecom provider to create a custom client's interface and add VoIP to their service portfolio. As mentioned earlier, during this tutorial we will cover the following topic: the reseller portal basic configuration, rates and package management, and client's account management. This part of the tutorial is one of the most important. We will go through the reseller configuration page and almost each detail in it. The first step to access the reseller configuration is the reseller interface activation. Simply go to the top right corner over the tab Reseller and click on the reseller main. It will bring you to this page. Scroll down and click Activate. Once activated, you will see the reseller main page. This page is an overview of your configuration. It tells you what needs to be done to fully leverage the reseller portal. To start the configuration, go to the right corner Reseller tab and click on Reseller Configuration. Once there, change the version of reseller system to new version with both drop-down menu, and comfort the selection one after the other. Now we can really start talking gravy. We will scroll down to the Interface and Access tab. Under this tab, you will have access to the login URL of your client's interface, a HTML form for direct access, and the DID and fax access to set up a per default, monthly cost, and a per minute rate by default values. The DID and fax access section allow to set base value for DIDs, fax DIDs, and E911 registrations. You can leave it empty and manage the selling cost when adding a phone number to a given client, or you can input a by default base value and add an extra or not to the selling cost when adding a phone number to a given client. For the E911, this is the only place you can change and choose the selling cost of this service. Branding Management tab. This tab is where you can customize to your color your client interface. The branding management gives you the ability to change the color of the different part of the interface, such as the column, the background, and the title bar. It's also where you can customize the color of the text, the color of the buttons and panels, and finally where you can upload your custom image and logo. As you can see, each setting has a preview button to help you see what you are changing and the result before saving the change. The Display Element tab. This tab gives you the ability to display or withdraw the SIP password in the interface, to allow to allow the interface password reset from the login page, and finally to create a self-sign-up form allowing new client to create their account autonomously. If you display SIP password, your client will be able to see it in the section My Service of the client interface. If you accept autonomous sign-up, this URL will allow new client to create their account. When the new client sign up with the autonomous form, the new account will have a wait status in the Manage Client Account section, like this. You will need to grant access to this customer by going to Manage Clients Account and then click on Edit Clients and then Activate Client. Whenever someone is signed up autonomously, you will receive an email notification like this one. The next tab is the Service tab. The tab Service will set a by default view of which service or feature your client can manage themselves in the client's interface. Enable or disable the option here will result of changing what the client can access and change here. The view setting will give you a by default view for all your clients, but it will also reduce the ability to customize the service access through the package later. For this reason and for more flexibility, I would suggest setting the view at standard view and enable all the service later. We will see how to customize these settings with the package later. The next tab is Message. This tab of the reseller configuration will allow you to create some content for your client's interface and for various email your client could receive relative to the service, such as low balance email and reset password process. An interesting feature of the Welcome dashboard is to have the ability to embed content and links. As you can see here, we have embed a video and a various clickable link. The Welcome text editor is quite flexible. You even have access to input your own HTML source code. For the emails, you can personalize them with variable. Additional to the email title, the accepted variables are first name, last name, balance, and threshold. This is for the low balance email. And first name and last name for the password recovery email. Let's talk about our payment PayPal integration. This tab allows you to connect your business PayPal account to your client's interface if you want your customer to pay you directly from the client's interface. This is only a payment processing gateway. It will not create or send an invoice to your customer. If you're looking to build a complete integration, you might want to link your PayPal account with an accounting software. You might already have your own invoicing and payment procedure. If it's the case, simply disable these features. The last piece to fully brand the client interface to your caller is the host name. You can change the host name of your client's interface to reflect your business brand. To change the host name, simply follow the described step here. This will cost you $10 USD one-time charge. For example, we change the host name from VoIP.ms to salesdemo.voip.ms. Once the basic reseller configuration is done, you can start creating your own package. Go to the top right corner and click on Manage Rates and Package. In this section, we will see how to create and edit package, edit the rates, and how to associate package to your clients. The Manage Rates and Package page is where you can create the new package, see a summary of your existing package, and have the option to edit them. Clicking on Create a New Package will bring you to this page. Under the Detail tab, you will be able to set the package name, the outbound markup, the pulse, Canada route, international routes, and allow free call between VoIP.ms user. The package name, well, this is pretty obvious, is the package name. For the outbound markup, the fixed option will add a specific amount on top of your cost. For example, if you pay 1 cent per minute and you input 1 cent at a fix, it will result your customers to pay 2 cents per minute. The percentage fill will have the same behavior, but instead of a fixed addition, it will add a percentage based on your cost. You can also combine both. The formula to calculate the outbound markup is cost rate plus a dollar fixed amount plus percentage. This can be left empty if you want to create a monthly flat package. The pulse is the increment you charge per minute. For example, a pulse of 6 will result of a prorated charge each 10 seconds, or a pulse of 60 will make calls a charge per whole minute. Canada and international route option change the display of the rate if you decide to route your customer call with premium route. VoIP.ms to VoIP.ms calls option allow to offer free call between your customers, only applicable to Canadian and US local DIDs. The Fee tab gives you the ability to set a monthly fee and a setup fee. The monthly fee will be a monthly recurrent fee and the setup fee will be a one-time fee. These charges will be added to the outbound markup. Combined with the following tab, Free Minute, it can be useful to create an unlimited fixed monthly package. The Free Minute tab allows to give a specific number of free minutes. The value entered at a free total is the sum of incoming and outgoing minute with a pulse of 60. This option is helpful to create an unlimited fixed monthly package. To achieve it, you could input a very large number of free minutes to simulate it. Earlier, when explaining the reseller configuration page and the service tab, I mentioned an alternative way to enable or disable the service and feature for the client's interface. Under reseller system configuration, you have the option to use the default configuration and the package configuration. If you use the default configuration, it's gonna be the option you decided to display at the reseller configuration service tab. The package configuration will be applied to only customer who has the package in their account. This package configuration flexibility gives you the opportunity to build for specific feature, such as voicemail to email, the IVR, calling queue, or call hunting for instance. Additionally, it allows your clients to be more autonomous with their phone system. To finish the package creation, simply review each tab, scroll down and click Create Package. Little tip here, if you manage the feature access with the package, you can withdraw all the money related options such as balance and rate. When these services are disabled, the client interface becomes a feature management interface more than a complete account. It can be useful if you are using your own payment and invoicing software, but you still want to give flexibility to your client. Another major feature of managed rates and package is the ability to edit the rate. Editing rates will be useful if you want to set different rate depending the destination of the calls. Note that all the custom rate you enter here will override the global markup. You can set a custom rate for all the calls to US, Canada, or by country or calling code. For instance, if you set Canada rates to 2 cents per minute and save and then click Show Canada, you will see all the area code set to 2 cents per minute. Your selling rate will be now 2 cents for all Canada. The last point of rates and package will bring us to the next topic, client's account. To associate the package to a client's account, you will need an account to assign the package to it. So that being said, we will now go through the client's account creation and management. To create a new client's account, go to Manage Client's Account and then click on Create a New Client Account. This page is the form you need to fill up to create your client's account. Simply fill all the fields and save. The email will be the login username for your client, same for password. If you wish, you can connect the package and check the Charge Now box if you want to charge the setup fee for this package. After, you have the balance management. This option is to suspend your clients when their balance reaches 0. It can be left at soft to avoid this behavior, or at R to suspend the service when the balance reaches 0. The last option is the sub-account. As said earlier, the sub-account is the device registration component. A sub-account is also required to link a package to a client's account. From the client account creation, you can also create a new sub-account with the basic needed information. Once created, it will appear in the sub-account drop-down menu. The last thing to do now is to click on Create an Account. Once created, you will be brought back to the page Manage Client's Account. From this menu, you can find relevant information about your customer. Their name, email, phone numbers, ongoing balance, status, and their last login. Also, you have 3 action buttons: Edit Client, Manage Client, and Login. If you see a wait status, it means you have a new customer who signed up himself. To change his status to live, click on the action button Edit Client. It will bring you to the client information page. Scroll down and click on Activate Client. This customer will now have access to his client interface. Let's go back to the Manage Client's Account page to explain each action button. The Edit Client action button will give you access to update the customer information, change the balance management, delete the client, and set a low balance email trigger. The Manage Client action button has more options to review. The Manage Client tool gives you the ability to assign a package, write a transaction, payment or charge, consult the transaction history, add a phone or a fax number, edit the phone or fax number rate, see and edit the DID routing where the call goes, add or edit a voicemail associated to a DID. Most of these options are self-explanatory. For this reason, I will focus on the Assign Package, the Add a Phone Number, and Edit option. To assign a package to a specific customer, click on Assign a Package. This will bring you to create a sub-account or to choose an existing sub-account. Choose the appropriate option and then click Next. This will bring you to the sub-account page. If it's a new one, simply fill up the form. New or existing, either way, scroll down to the reseller configuration and then select the appropriate reseller clients package in the drop-down menu. Enter a next billing date, must be in the future. Then scroll down to the bottom of the page and find the button Create Account if it's a new one or Update Account if it's an existing one. When done, it will ask you if you want to connect the DID or not and bring you back to the client information page. Now we will learn how to link a DID to a client. From the Manage Clients Account page, click on the Action button, Manage Client. When you arrive on the client information page, click on Add a phone number. This menu will give you the ability to connect a DID, set up rates for incoming call, configure call forwarding, and add a voicemail. To connect a DID, you have two options. By selecting in the drop-down menu, select a DID, or by clicking on Advanced and selecting one or more DID in the list. Once the DIDs are selected, every option you will change below will be in application for these DIDs. When all the changes are completed, scroll down and connect DID to client. It will bring you back to the client information page. That brings us to the last point, Edit DID. The Edit DID button will allow you to change the various rates, the routing of the incoming calls, and to add a voicemail. I want to bring your attention on the DID routing. From this place, you will have the ability to decide where the incoming calls made on this DID is routed to. Simply click on Modify DID Configuration and then choose the appropriate routing. Once done, scroll down and select Click here to apply change. The last action button, Login, will bring us to one of our next topic, the client interface. This button allows you to log into a specific client's interface. From their client's interface, you will be able to create a complete hosted PBX. Watch the part 3 of this series to know more about it. And this brings us to the conclusion of the part 2 of this tutorial series. As mentioned at the beginning, this tutorial series is presented in 3 parts, covering different topics. For the next and the final tutorial, part 3, we will cover the reporting tool, the client's interface, the feature management, and a couple of tips and tricks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on LinkedIn. I'm Philippe Tifo, Director of Sales at VoIP.ms, and I see you on the next one.